This is Eric. I'm with Native Instruments, and I'm here for DJ Kid TV to show you the Native Instruments Control S2, which is the baby brother of the Control S4. It's a 2.1 deck controller, which basically means you have full functionality for 2 decks with all the EQs, the little gain knob, which also acts as filter knob, and you have this orange knob right here, which basically gives you the control over the sample decks that are in the TRAKTOR PRO 2 software. Yeah, so if you want to play a track, you just browse through your software, load it in there, get out of the browse mode again, then you can start by either hitting tune it in or by play to bring the song in, just like you would normally as a DJ. You also have direct access to all the cue point functionality right here, so you can drop cue points, jump to them, delete them again, or you could also set a loop, like on the S4 or on the X1 with this encoder right here, change the size of it, move the loop, just get out of it again. Or maybe drop a cue point right there, set a loop here, make a loop roll, jump back to the cue point and get your mix going on this way. If you want to use the sample decks, however, then you can switch into the sample deck mode by pushing one of these buttons right there. When they light up, you see how the colors on these buttons will change. So they're all green now. That's because all the sample slots are loaded and they're all muted. That's why the green is a little dim. If I would push them now, they get unmuted and it's green on full power. And so you could start samples. You can stop the samples, delete them, either just copy down a loop straight from your deck into the sample deck, unmute it, mix it in there. Or you don't even have to set a loop and just hit your sample button and it copies down whatever size of loop you have selected up here. So what the S2 does is giving you a 2-deck mixing performance with the ability to mix 8 sample slots in there and to control them, to re-trigger them, to load them directly from the list. So if I go to my sample collection in TRAKTOR, well, we could do it with browse actually, I just need 2 hands. Go to all samples right here, and I just choose one of these, and I hold down shift and push the sample slot. It's copying it up into the sample slot and I could just play them. So you basically have full access to everything with the S2. And of course you do have the effects section up here as well. So if you want to use your effects, you just have to turn on your effect slots right there. And then you have your effects units like on the GUI on here. So this is the dry wet knob for the single or advanced effects. This is where you turn them on. Right now they are both in group mode, so you turn on your single effects right here and can play around with the sound and color it with these knobs. However, if you want to use the effects on the sample decks, it's also possible by pushing down shift and pushing the effects knobs. So now my effects turn on for the sample slots only. So you also have the ability to control your effects over this unit just by pushing a couple of buttons. Yeah, and what's also worth mentioning is on the S4 a lot of people complain that you don't have a separate booth output. Now we have a little switch on the back of the S2 where you basically can decide if you want to use both outputs as main outputs or if you want to have one main output and one booth output, which is actually pretty cool. So we picked up on the people who kept complaining about this missing feature. Of course you have a mic input as well, and it's USB power but also runs with a power plug. Kind of, if you would take the power plug out of it, then it would just run on USB power with dimmed lights, and that's about it. So you can decide if you take the power plug with you, or it's not that bad if you, or it's not that dangerous to forget the power plug at home or something like that when you go to a club. Yeah, that's pretty much the S2. I'd say bye. It was nice to meet you guys from Kid TV, and yeah, I hope you have fun at BPM.